Welcome back. Last last class we discussed about FMS layouts, various layouts available in FMS components. What are the components available in FMS? And layout about layout is comes under what material storage and retrieval system. Okay, so in that we discussed about line layout, loop layout, ladder layout, and a combination of loop and ladder layout. The final topic for this FMS is FMS planning and implementation. Okay, so once we decided to go for implementation, so in the sense it's a major investment. As we said, significant capital investment is needed for FMS. Though we have already numerous machines in our factory, but once we decided to convert our industry as a FMS system, we have to significantly invest money for new machineries, equipments, and all to automate. Okay, that's why implementation of an FMS represents a major investment and commitment by the user company. Okay, therefore, it is the important that planning and designing is critical. Okay, so two issues are there. One is FMS planning and design issues. Second one is operational issues. One is planning and design issues. Second one is operational issues. Let's see what is planning and design issue. Another one is operational issue. FMS planning issue in the sense that is the first one. Part family consideration, processing requirements, physical characteristics of the work parts, production volume. With this, we can able to get a clear idea. Okay, part family consideration. How many number of part families we are going to means number of part families, and inside the part family, how many part varieties is there, combinations are there. What are the processing requirements we need? That is also we have to consider. Processing requirement in the sense whether we need special machines or something, equipment wise, tooling wise, skilled operator wise, or material storage and retrieval wise, or sequencing wise, scheduling wise, routing wise, everything we have to consider like a processing requirement. Then physical characteristics of the particular work parts, because according to the physical characteristics only the machines needs to be designed, right? So for example, for handling like a glass, like a flat glass kind of thing, the material handling needs to be proper gripper needs to be there. Simply we can't take something, right? So physical characteristics of workpiece is very important. Then only we can able to design some metal handling and all. Then volume, how many number of volume we are, how much quantity we are making, that is also. So based on this, we can able to get the clear idea for FMS. That comes under planning issue. One is part family consideration, processing requirements, physical characteristics of the work parts, then production volume. Then next one is the design issue. What are the design issues available in our thing is types of workstation. What kind of workstation is available? Our workstation, otherwise we can call it as a machines. So CNC machines, generally we speak about the FMS system in CNC machine. In CNC we have numerous, like either it's going with the drilling or painting machine or lathe machine, grinding machine, whatever it may be. So combination also there. Then other workstation like inspection workstation or quality control like a CMM, that's also considered workstation. Then variation in process routing and FMS layout. So what are the variation available in the process and FMS layout? As we said, what kind of layout, like a line layout, loop or ladder or combination of line and ladder. So this also needs to be considered while we design any particular FMS inside our industry. Then what kind of material handling system are we going to use? Whether we are going to use conveyor or pallet types or unit load types. So maybe material storage, material handling system will discuss further in detail in our upcoming videos. But that also, like basic things we have to consider. Whether we are going to use any robot or trucks, we are going to use these things. Then how many number of work in process and storage capacity. So storage capacity, temporary storage in this context. Okay, so that is also then what kind of tooling and ballot fixtures, because that ballot fixtures also consider temporary storage. Okay, so these are all the things we have to consider for tooling, design issues. Then operational issues, right? One, we done planning, we done design, and we implemented the FMS system. I implemented in the sense we installed the FMS system. Then what we have to do, we have to consider about the operational issues. What are the operational issues will come. Okay. So once FMS is installed, then the existing resources of the FMS must be optimized, right? We have to optimize that to meet production requirement and achieve operational objectives, which is related to what? Profit for the company, quality for the on the product, and customer satisfaction. Maybe a typo error is there. Customer satisfaction. Okay. Then what are the operational issues? We have to consider about scheduling and dispatching, machine loading, part routing, and broad grouping, and tool management, ballot and fixer allocation. So these are all the operational thing. Means once we installed all FMS system, so started running. One industry is running the production based on FMS through SMS. Then operational issues needs to be taken care like this, like scheduling, dispatching, and that, dispatching, machine loading, part routing, and that. Okay, this is very important. Then types of flexibility in machining. This is as of now what we discussed is FMS. So as of with this slide, we are ending that FMS. But now we are discussing about flexibility, types of flexibility. Previously we discussed about types of flexibility is different. That is level of flexibility. Level of flexibility means random FMS and dedicated FMS. But here types of flexibility in manufacturing. This concept not only for a flexible manufacturing system, it's generally for both manual and automated system we can use. So what are the types of flexibility? Machine flexibility, production flexibility, mix flexibility, product flexibility, routing flexibility, volume flexibility, and expansion flexibility. So let's see one by one what is meant by machine flexibility. Machine flexibility is the machine capability to adapt a given machine. A machine in the sense we can call it as a workstation in the system to wide range of production, operation, and part style. So the particular machine can work for many part families in general, because FMS or flexibility in the sense part variety should be there. So part families or part styles. So the particular machine or system or workstation can able to adapt various part styles. The greater the range of operation and part style, the greater the machine flexibility. Yes, of course, if we could able to do many number of machining operation in one particular machine, different style of parts can be machined from the particular machine, means the machine having greater flexibility. Okay. Next point is production flexibility. The range or universal product style that can be produced on the system. So this is also related to that, but it's production overall range. Okay. Next one is mix flexibility. So it's the kind of ability to change the product mix while maintaining the same total production quantity. We are maintaining same total quantity. Okay, the production quantity is same, but produce the same parts only in different proportion. Proportion is different. Same parts in different proportion, but overall quantity will be same. So in this way, this is where we can call it as a mixed flexibility. Okay. Then product flexibility. So from the word itself, we could understand that ease with which design changes can be accommodated. Similarly, it's the same again and again. We are telling that like a part has different styles. So design changes will be there. Different design changes will be there. Particularly the flexibility, if some system or manufacturing system having in the sense, it can do different combination of parts, means it may be in different design. So it is also then the flexibility in the sense of that particular manufacturing system should adapt that. Okay. Then routing flexibility, volume flexibility, expansion flexibility. So what is meant by routing flexibility? Capacity to produce parts through alternative workstation sequences in response to equipment breakdowns. tool failures and other interpretation. For example, suddenly we are running machineries, one failure happened in particular machine. So then that should not be, due to that failure, the production should not stop. So alternative ways can be flexible. Means suddenly we can change that from, instead of sending the material for machining to the particular machine, we can alert another machine. So that flexibility we should have. Means that routing flexibility we should have, that is also considered. Then volume flexibility. So we can produce volume also, high volume or low total quantities in fixed investment. So volume wise, we should have a flexibility, like either it is mainly focused on economical point of view, we have to think. Then expansion flexibility. So ease with which the system can be expanded to increase the total production quantity. So it's also comes related to volume. Suddenly we increase the volume, suddenly we might decrease the volume. Accordingly, our system more should be more flexible, can adapt. Okay. So these are all the flexibilities in general for machining or manufacturing. Okay. So it's not necessary that it is only for flexible manufacturing system. It is common for manual or automated system also. So these are the types of flexibility. Okay. So altogether, I think we are ending to the topic of flexible manufacturing system. So to combine together, we have discussed about what is meant by FMS and what is meant by single machine cell, flexible manufacturing cell, then flexible manufacturing system, then level of flexibility, and what are all the components available in the FMS system. Okay, then what are the layouts available in the FMS system, and when do we call that FMS as a FMS, or what is the criterion? So what are the criteria? 4 criterions we saw that, right? That criterion. Then finally we discussed about types of flexibility. Types of flexibility. Before this one, we discussed about what are all the operational issues, means for implementation and operational issues available in FMS. Okay. So with this, I'm winding up this video for flexible manufacturing system. Okay. Next class or next video, we'll be discussing about material handling and storage system. Okay. Thank you.